Holland have just beaten Turkey by 6 goals to 1, and from the very first minute, Holland were absolutely brilliant today. The first goal was absolutely sublime, brilliant 1-2s between Davy Klaassen and Memphis Depay. It fell to Davy Klaassen, and well, I say it fell to him. It was just a really good 1-2. And David Klaassen managed to poke it past the keeper off the post, and that made it 1-0 after about 56 seconds. And Holland just continued. The second goal, brilliant goal by Memphis Depay. This time it was the same combination, but the other way round. Really nice 1-2 between Depay and Klaassen again. Depay flicks it up for Klaassen, and Klaassen flicks it over his own head and the defender's head, and Depay runs onto it. It wasn't the cleanest finish ever, but it did enough to get past the keeper. The keeper got a touch on it, but it still managed to find its way into the net, and that made it 2-0. The third goal came from a penalty, which was dispatched by Depay again. There's so many goals I can't even remember what the penalty was for. Trying to think what the penalty was for. I can't remember. At half time it went in 3-0, and the second half just more of the same. The quality of the goals dipped a little bit, but to be fair, the fourth goal wasn't too bad. It was a cross by Steven Bergwijn to the back post, and Berghuis headed it across goal, and Memphis Depay had the easiest header he'll ever score. As long as he made contact, it crossed the line, and it did, and that made it his first hat-trick of his career. And I think Depay has got to be considered as like one of the best forwards in the world. Not alongside not one of the best in the world, but like the tier below. But like, people still seem to think that he's the same player that absolutely flopped at Man United in 2016, but he's not. He's improved a lot at Lyon, and by all accounts, I haven't watched much of Barcelona. I've seen a few highlights, but he's had a really good start to his Barcelona career, which is good. And he got his first hat-trick of his career tonight. Well, his Holland career. I'm not sure if it's his entire club career included. Probably isn't, because he did spend a lot of time in the Dutch league. Not that the Dutch league is a bad league, just it's not quite the Premier League, is it? Let's be honest. PSV and Ajax probably wouldn't get top four. And then the fifth goal came from it was the first ever goal for Gus Till. Never heard of him, but it was quite a good goal, to be fair. And the final goal came from a run from I think his name was Branch or something, down the right hand side. He was actually a debutant tonight, and he played it into another sub, Donyell Malen, and Malen finished it off, and that made it 6. And it looked like the perfect performance, but then with about 30 seconds to go, Holland were passing it around the back line. The goalkeeper made a poor pass to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk was never going to get there before the striker, but he somehow sort of managed to get his body in the way. He didn't get his. It was weird because the defender, the attacking player, clearly made some contact on Van Dijk's ankle, but he managed to get there and score the goal, and that made it finish 6-1, and that is, I think I heard, it might not stand anymore, but I heard it when it was 6-0, it was Turkey's biggest defeat since they lost to England in 1984, 8-0. So yeah, been a pretty bad night for Turkey. Also, I should mention that Kaglar Soyuncu was sent off for Turkey just before half time. I forgot about that. Um, it, it, when he came to the Premier League, in his first season, I think it was 2018-19, he didn't play much because obviously Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans were first choice, I think, and so he didn't play that much that season. But in his second season, when obviously Leicester sold Harry Maguire to Man United for 80 million, he stepped up and he had a brilliant season. In my opinion, that season he was probably the second best centre back in the league after Virgil van Dijk. Which I mean, it is very impressive. I mean, you're doing well to be even close to Virgil van Dijk's levels these days, but or in those days, I guess. I mean, he has only just come back from injury, and he got injured again right at the end of that game. Um, where was I? Oh yeah, and last season wasn't. I thought I saw him a few times make a few mistakes, and in that game against Newcastle towards the end of the season for Leicester, I think they lost either 4-2 or 5-2 or something like that, 4-1 maybe, and he had an absolute nightmare. Uh, Callum Wilson just absolutely ran him ragged that game, and he was just poor. And when I've watched him this season, he ain't looked great either. He just looks so rash. Like he used to. Well, in that season where Leicester were like second in the league until about Christmas, he looked so calm and composed on the ball. He used to like glide across the pitch. He just looks like a crack Martin Skirtle now. It's he's just poor levels of defending at times from him. And yeah, again today, poor levels of defending. But anyway, yeah, it was a good game to watch. Some of the football played by Holland was absolutely brilliant. I have actually got my Genie Wijnaldum t-shirt on. I've only just realised that actually. I didn't put that on intentionally. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.